beginning to the end. Done. Done means actually done. Development, deployment, testing, deployment to the test environment, deployment to the staging environment, deployment to the production. So depends. If the user story is committed for this, that we are only going to complete this user story only test environment, not the production. It's not done. To business, done means it is actually in the production. ts4u.us, the student can use. That's the business done means. If user story is in the staging environment, that's not the done. And user story can have the commitment, not fully done, partially done, done. All is applicable based on the team commitment, team capacity. Okay? So that in the sprint planning, we only pull the user story that is highly priority or the important. Prioritize happen two ways. The product owner make the priority. Why? Because product owner work with the business. Product owner work with the software engineering lead. Product owner work with the Scrum master. So product owner knows, because they're working, that's the one who have priority. Software engineering team also knows the priority because they are technical people. So basically there is no like the fighting here, fisting fighting. This is like a communication. The priorities, prioritize user story is important. So priority user story come to the sprint planning meeting. So that's actually the product owner responsibility to bring the user story that is highly prioritized business want to see. Number one priority, business. They want to see because they are the stakeholder. Business are the stakeholder. Senior manager are the stakeholder. But even senior IT manager, they stay quiet when business says this has to be done. Because investment, the project investment done by the business, not the IT. So you need to know based on the who is the project owner, actual where the investor is coming, they are the owner. Their priority goes on the top, then the other priority comes. So now the make sure in the planning meeting, good user story is ready for the estimation. Priority user story ready for the estimation. Planning meeting takes normally 60 minutes. Some team can take 90 minutes. Mix and match based on the situation. That's fine. So now your team will be actually estimating based on the discussion, as I said, each of the user story will be read, understand, clarify, asking the question, and then if everybody is in agreement, then give a time. That time is 2 days. Means that there is two ways it works. Multiple way the user story, the point works. One is like the Fibonacci. Fibonacci means how long it takes. 8 hours a day. If something can be done in 8 hours, we call that 1 point. If something done means again, done means different. Done means actually development, deployment, testing, and the show and tell. That means at least ready for the show and tell and push to the production. That's called the done. So if it takes 8 hours, then it is 1 point. If it takes like more than 8 hours, it can be 2 points. It means 2 days. Yeah. If it takes 3 days, it's 3 points. 3 points for the whole team. If developer take 1 day, QA take 1 day, 2 days, it is 2 points. It is a math. If developer take 2 days, QA takes 2 days, it is 3 points, pretty much. 1, 2, 3, 5, like this. If it is bigger than 5, it's a problem. There is some problem here. You need to break down that user story. If a user story takes more than 5 days, more than 3 days, it's a problem. You need to break down that user story because the product owner end goal is continue, show the value in a daily basis during the sprint. Okay, so we discuss about how the point system works. So once the sprint planning is done, we start the sprint journey. Developer is continue working, QA will be continue working. As a product owner, your responsibility is to lead the team. How? You actually, the daily stand-up call, you'll be leading that. 15 minutes, not more than that. Some team, they want to do daily stand-up call. Normally, start at 9:30 or 10 o'clock. or the 8:30. It depends when the team start their working hours. 15 minutes. Some teams say we want to do the daily sync up call only 3 days. Remaining 2 days we only do the chat. This is my work. I did yesterday this, today this, tomorrow that. This is my roadblock. That's the team decision. How the product owner want to see the team become successful. Your goal is to make your team successful so that you can see the productivity. And when you see the productivity, you can show your business the productivity. So you cannot like a fight with them. You need to find out the ground, where to adjust, how to make them productive so that your work can be done. So now let's go back down. Sprint 1 is continue. In the sync up call, if someone is having issues, your job is to step up. And then you actually find out what is the issues going on. If a developer is doing the work every day, same thing, then the QA is stuck. QA is not able to complete their commitment, right? So now you have like the inconsistency going on. You need to take the conversation offline. You need to talk to the developer. What is going on? How can I help you? Right? One-on-one meeting. Yes, one-on-one meeting. You can involve you can set up a meeting with developer, bring the developer manager as well in this call. Right? If developer is cooperative, you are good. If developer is not cooperative, you bring the manager and you need to know how can I help you. Your approach should be how can I help you, not why it's not done. How can I help you means you are actually indirectly telling why it's not done. Okay, so that's how you deal the hard things offline. You don't need to be nice. You don't need to like kiss everybody. That's not the goal. Goal is the hard discussion in a way, it's a political way, then the work can be done. So if that's kind of things you have to do throughout the sprint. Okay, and then if this is for the QA, this is for the cloud ops, everybody. So how you say things, how you communicate things all matter. And things has to be like in a documented format. You have to set up a meeting. That meeting has to have a specific agenda. And then make sure everybody is available that time. And you always put your manager in the CC as optional. So your manager can see what is going on. So those your sprint activities. Correct? Once you come to them, if the QA getting stuck, they are not doing their work, you can step up doing the same thing. But one of the good responsibility as a good product owner, engagement. Engagement means if the user story is done, you have an API, you should the first one go back to the postman and try it out, how it works. That's number one. That's how you will be a good product owner. You'll be separating yourself from everybody else. You have two options, a bullshit product owner or a good product owner. BS means you're just telling people what to do. You are not engaging in anything. So then if you are not engaging on anything, everybody will drive you nuts. Why? Because they say, you know nothing. You just know, is it done? Is it done? So you do not want to be in a loop. Is it done? Is it done? Sometimes engage yourself. Be on my feet to realize what I am going through. Have the sympathy, but with proper communication. So when the software engineer done something, you become part of that meeting. What meeting? Technical review meeting. Software engineer set up a technical review meeting with the senior engineer, with the QA. Why? Now they're explaining your user story. Hey, this is what has been done. This is how it works. That's how the QA knows what to be done, how to test it out. You jump in and join that call. So at least you're listening because everybody is working based on their user story. That's how you will be engaging throughout the sprint. This is one of the same thing you do for the QA. When they're doing the test cases, jump in that call and become a listener. How many test cases has been covered? How many test cases has been written for this user story? So you can learn. Once they complete the test case execution, you can just review. Go back to the user story, open the test cases and see how many test cases has been done. So that's called the engagement, right? And daily you just groom your sprint board. Groom your sprint board and remind the people, remind the team member, would you please update your sprint board? Is it done? Do you need any help? Continue. That's your engagement throughout the day, throughout the sprint. So to become engagement, you always need to have your own to-do list, daily to-do list. High priority on the